I'm not mistaken, Debussy has a piece called Nuit d'étoiles, Night, the Starry Night. Is this meant as a complementary piece, as a response to that?
Well, it's actually a response more to Clair de Lune, arguably a much more famous piece,
right.
His most famous piece. And so the title is actually a play on words. That's not actually how they say starlight in French, but it's a more literal translation. And so a play on words of Clair de Lune.
Why Debussy? I mean, it's easy enough to say his work is pretty, but you can say that they're impressionist painters, but what particularly Debussy?
Well, I mean, Debussy made me think. I'm a pianist, and so playing the piano music of Debussy made me understand how the piano changed during Impressionist music, and I like that style of playing, this specific style of playing the piano. And of course, Debussy has, just absolutely beautiful music. It's a little experimental, but it's the harmonies, I mean, and I also try to emulate that. But his piano music is some of my favorite piano music.
One of the characteristics of his work are those kind of solitary notes, often in the upper registers, against these kind of, they're often called chord clouds or chord clusters.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that. Is that meant to suggest a solitary star in the night sky?
Yes. Well, I mean, when we look at the stars, we can't look at all the stars. So some of this piece is being fixated on one star in the night, and then some of the piece is just a starry night with a multitude of stars. So
you mentioned in your text there the rubato characteristic. If you could describe that, define that.
So rubato is, we call it taking time in music, but speeding up or slowing down according to the feeling or the meaning of a particular passage of music. And so there's both speeding up and slowing down in this piece, more slowing down. And that was quite a challenge, actually, to make that happen on the recording from the finale software. I had to do some very detailed programming of timing and things to create this rubato effect. So it would have been much easier live on the piano.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually harder to program something rather than
It was much harder. It took me hours and hours and hours just to make something slow down exactly the way I wanted it to.
So you would work this out on a piano on your own first before you ever tried to do it?
Yeah, the opening theme, which is really central to the work, I worked out on a live piano, and the whole piece is really built on the opening 4 to 8 bars. And so I did that on live piano, but the rest of it was on the computer. So
the other quality I noticed was that the trills often suggested shimmer.
Right. So I love trills. Playing trills are fun, and trills actually aren't that characteristic of Impressionist music. So that was a little something that I threw in because I like it.
Well, the Clair de Lune has if I'm remembering correctly, has a much softer, slower sort of style. Yours is a little livelier.
Well, it is
Moonlight
lively.
versus starlight?
Well, I mean, Moonlight, I think that has a little bit more of a slow, not somber, it can be somber, but Starlight is twinkling and, lively and warm, and I think the piece is a little bit more like that.
I think so too. Well, thank you very much.
All right,
Congratulations.
thank you.